Welcome one and all to NACL Bot, our game and our version of Horse, but on League of Legends and on Summoner's Rift. I've got our three contestants, Perry, Tomio, and Will. We're about to see who can come out on top and who are bots. We are going to have you put yourself into a practice tool, set up a basket of 3 wards around one of the pixel brushes. You're going to use a movement displacing ability from any champion you want to get a target dummy into the center of those 3 wards.
Oh, I guess one more. Okay. I'm gonna go right here.
Oh, that's a basket. That's our first.
I think that's the first basket.
Yeah, I mean, easy as this. Oh!
Wait, that wasn't the same. That's a miss. You got a copy, bro.
Oh, I didn't know.
You got a copy. You got a B.
Okay, wait, this is gonna be it. Let's just do it.
Oh!
That's cutting it. I'm not gonna lie.
Let's cut it!
Yeah, absolutely.
Alright.
Yo,
That's it.
we got 2 Bs in here
Wait, how's that a
already.
B? That's
All right. All we gotta do, Skarner ult the dummy in. It's gonna be simple, very simple. If I mess it up, I might be boosted. All right.
We'll see. First time for everything. Oh!
Look at that.
Okay.
That's a beautiful basket.
I could do that with my eyes closed, honestly.
Yeah.
Right here?
Yep, rather.
Alright, I'm ready. Like, come on.
Wait!
Whoa.
Wait!
Oh.
Bro.
Hey, I'm not even gonna lie. I don't think that's in.
Alright, I'm gonna, here we go.
Oh!
Hey.
I think that's in.
That's it?
Alright. We count that.
That's sick.
I think since we said Tomio's was, we're not gonna count. I think we can't count this one either.
All right, we got 2 bows. Barry's pissed.
All right, it's about that right. It's
Oh! Okay.
Oh yeah, bro. We all play this in. So you're gonna press the ghost here, you know? Gotta drive to the net, and you know what I'm saying? Call me LeBron James V2, but and then we're gonna go like this. Oh, and hit it. And, I didn't practice it, but-
Okay, that looked cool though. That was a sick one though. Okay, you just go.
Oh!
Hey, that's like a beautiful basket.
That's it.
My God.
That's it.
Flash. Whoa! Hey, that's a B. That's a B.
That's close. That's a B, bro.
Alright. All you gotta do is just, you know.
gotta send it.
Oh!
Oh.
He's throwing, man.
Oh my god.
He's not trying. He does not care.
Okay.
Bro, I think you're a bot.
Alright, bro.
Right about.
You got this.
What about here?
The showstopper, haymaker. Faker. Oh, what was that? Oh, you sky choke. Oh.
Oh, that's a basket right there.
Alright.
This is for Taylor Swift. That's my shotty.
I don't know. Okay.
You're overthinking it.
Oh, that's it.
That's it.
Yeah, hope you miss it right now. Because you're taking all this time measuring. I hope it misses.
Bro, I'm not gonna take all this time measuring and just lose and just be a bot like you. Your thing is you're talking, but you're dead, bro.
Nah, I'm not bot. It was rigged. Like a carnival game at the fair.
Nice.
You're not supposed to win. Oh.
Oh, I'd say that's out.
Alright. Let me show you.
Ward.
I mean,
That's it. No, that's it.
honestly,
Okay.
Airball, but I will let it.
But you think it's airball, Tomio?
Alright, now you doing too much, Tomio.
You do.
I
Now you
mean,
doing too
I need you, ASAP. You looking? You here?
I'm here.
I'm looking. That's in.
Done.
He got
That's
it.
in. That's in easy.
You're gonna ult QW.
Alright. It's a simple.
oh!
Alright.
Come on, no pressure. Ah!
I W twice. I W
Hey,
twice. Look, I W twice. There's no way that's possible. Look.
All right. We got Tomio and Perry who came out as bots. Will is the champion of game number 1.
Wow.
Congratulations to Will. Will, do you have anything to say?
I'm the king. I'm the king.
Ooh, they did it! They actually did it!
They did
needed
it!
one to not die, and they soared! They soared, Nate! Supernova got a game!
Dude, and it was a good one. They had an early game comp, which, I mean, considering Supernova's track record in the split, I mean, looking at their record, I was concerned because these kind of comps have pretty narrow margins for error. You have a very limited window on where you need to find your success in the early game, and they did. We were asking for kills for this Draven. We were hoping to see Sketch have a pop-off moment, and I mean, it's the 11th hour, but it's better late than never because he did have a good game.
And Sketch has been trying to find, like, magic sauce for a while. He's played a lot of champions on this season so far, trying to get the marksman that was really going to click for him. Sivir was one of the bigger ones, but to actually see the Draven come through, it was a huge surprise that I thought was going to be a disaster. It was pleasantly outstanding, man. 6-0-4. He didn't fall in the early game. He needed to stay alive, and when he cashed in big. I think that cash-in was really the turning point of the game, and Supernova just took control from there.
Incredible stuff for Supernova. Where once again, like, we were looking at this team thinking, are they going to be able to do it, right? They're one game away, and to be fair, their schedule after this does not get easier, right? They're facing up against AoE and Fly, and AoE, who's on such a hot streak, and Fly on itself, who have looked supremely solid here, Eric. So they've got to just do this a couple more times, and the cope in me is flying, I have to say.
It kind of is for me too. I mean, Supernova, they've always shown that they have some level of proficiency and some level of skill. It's been a struggle to see those high points come through, but when we have moments where Quacker is solo killing Fake God, it's like,
yeah,
this is a
that's the
different
thing.
Supernova.
That's the thing we got to really take attention to, because in the last time these guys faced against each other, both game 1 and 2, Fake God beat the brakes off Quacker. He clapped him, and it was a big part of why DSG kind of rolled over Supernova in games 1 and 2 of that series. So it's a really big turnaround for a player like Quacker, who we're really excited to see back after his break from competitive play. He's looked good all split long.
And I do remember the interview with Quacker. It was after I forget what game it was, but he did talk about the matchup with Fake God and how it just pretty much got smashed over there. He talked about how he needs to improve a lot more, how he feels like he's towards the top when it comes to individual play, wants to work on his team play, and this time he was just like, no, team play aside, I'm going to be the Terminator today. I am Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he just, my word, man, taking it to Fake God is something that is so impressive to me because of the level of play that Fake God brings. So Quacker being a new player and being able to do that to Fake God, impressive.
Incredible too. I had touted as well before that the Quacker the Quacker 1v9 was entirely possible. So with that, while I might, instead of just praising him up, what I want to do is go into a Rally Cry halftime show and go into a segment that I like to call, and as does Dimitri, Twitch Chatter. It's pretty simple, it's easy, it's a lot of fun. What Twitch Chatter is, my friends, is I could think it's instead of trying to describe to you all like what Twitch Chat may be saying, instead of trying to peek in between the game, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring up one of the headshots of one of the players in this game. More than likely these Supernova guys, or maybe one of the DSG guys. I'll give the most PR answer of how they thought the game went, and then I'll leave it up to you to describe to me their inner thoughts, whether it be the cope, the hope, or just being able to pop your chest and talk your stuff. Then that is what I like to do. So go ahead and bring up the headshot of our first player here. It's gonna be Quacker. Quacker is, as you know, so I'll be Quacker right now, describe what I thought I did. Guys, I have to say, I thought I did quite well this game. We've been trying to scale overall as a team, and I find the director pick was quite solid, being able to get an early lead, and then from there, all my troubles are gone. Fake God's a very tough opponent too, but I'm glad I was able to click well today, and I'm hoping that game 2 goes just as well. So, that's your answer. Nate, you raise your hand, by all means.
I already thought of what to do. Right.
I thought of mine too.
Go ahead, let's see it, Nate.
Fake God? More like fake dog, bro. What a fraud that guy is in the top lane. MVP frontrunner? Puh! I stomped this guy into the dirt. This guy has nothing on me, bro. I'm just like that.
All right, that's incredible. Quacker's obviously feeling himself. Let's go bring up the shot. Just need to remember how nice and smiley he is.
He's a nice guy. I doubt he would actually say that.
No, there's no shot he would say that.
We're gonna go with him into saying it though.
Maybe.
Okay, Eric, what are you thinking? What are Quacker's inner thoughts right now after that game?
All lane, no solo, make Quacker dull boy. All lane, no solo, make Quacker dull boy. All lane, no solo. Thank God. Come here, fake God. Come here, fake God. Okay, yeah, those was his inner thoughts. I think I got it.
Okay, I
Probably
think
what he
that's
was thinking
great.
during the game.
That's really it. His Renekton play was incredible. The fact that he was diving in with absolutely zero fear. It was 2 solo kills. I think he got, right? 2 or 3 in that lane, which is, wow. Against Cassante on its own, a true feat. But that's not the only player who did quite well. Now, I wanted to raise the guy first because I couldn't find many pictures of him, but the one that I could find is so excellent, and we talked about it a bit already. Why don't you give me just a quick little sentence on how he felt? It's gonna be Sketch. This is the good try sound
Interesting.
of Sketch. Okay. So guys, I feel like, like we've been scaling through a lot throughout the split. My ADC play, I know, maybe lacking at times, but this Draven pick, I felt as though I was able to play for me, and yeah, I got my farm, I got my lane, and truly, we were really clicking as one. Those mid-game team fights too were incredible. My team made a lot of space for me. Draven, good champion. This time, you know what? That's Rooks. I'll let you go first. Describe to me Sketch's inner thoughts.
Okay, look, the kind of beating me out there, man. Just hear me out, coach. Hear me out. Draven. Okay, no, don't hold up. Hear me out. Okay. I can play safe. I can play fine. And all it takes is 1 kill, man. 1 kill. They can kill me a million times. They have in the past, but if I just get 1 kill, I can get my revenge. Just let me play Draven. No, don't stop hovering the jinx. Let me get Draven, please. All right, you know what? I'll tell you what. Lunch is on me if we don't win. Let's go. Lock it in.
You know what? That was pretty cool. I like just a little dialogue that you had going on back and forth between the two of them.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and bring it up for reference again, Nate. Here, Sketch becomes Sketch. What is Sketch thinking while locking in Draven and playing out that game?
He's probably thinking, at DSG, while making this face, this is who y'all just lost to. How's it feel?
This is, once again, Girl Crush Sketch works out great. The Draven pick was incredible, how you managed to pull that off. And you know what? As I do want to try to bring up one more player too. Let's try to look inversely on the other side. I want us to cope this time. I want us to cope as hard as possible. So let's go ahead and take a small little cope puff, shall we? Cool. I'm Tomia. Currently, I feel like, guys, it's okay. We're scaling. Game 1 may not have been our way, but I truly do feel as though if we're able to, find the early game first, to make sure Sketch doesn't get off the ground, then things will go smoothly from here. We're still middle of the pack. We're climbing on up. Come on now. C9 core. We got this. Let's get it. Okay. All right, so that is my PR answer. Beat, do you have some cope for me?
Want to be real, guys?
What's up?
During that game, they were hacking. That's the only explanation. We had the scaling. We had the team fighting comp. They're hackers. And I'll tell you what. Everyone knows you can only do it once. So next game, that one's ours, boys.
Okay. Right. Perfect. Easy answer. And one that hopefully gets some better too. Remember, still one more game to go. Supernova have done the incredible. They've continued to thrive. And now it's on DSG. Can Disguise show us a different face? Can it shut down the Draven? Or will it be a 2-0 week or day for Supernova? Let's see it.
A prospect of that. Of a 2-0.
I'm not there yet.
Supernova versus DSG. Oh boy. I don't know if you saw, but Josh did message me the updated
Message me
foldy
as
sheet.
well.
Yeah. So
It's
suddenly things are
possible.
looking a little better for Supernova. A lot better if they can get a Game 2 win, but already, this has improved their odds so much.
Yeah, we got to stress that this was not one of their expected wins, even though it would be big for them to get a single win. We had planned that original foldy sheet as if DSG would clap them. And Supernova immediately prove us wrong, get a much-needed win, and are taking that step forward. And like we said, putting Destiny into their own hands, making that push for playoffs, and it just gets that much easier with that game that they picked up. If they get a second one, I don't know. I mean, that's looking pretty good.
That would be pretty shocking right there, but
Yeah.
I mean, Supernova is the team where they have split games against some of our more competitive teams. I believe it was FlyQuest that was one of the big upsets. Yeah, FlyQuest, Maraville, Team Fish Taco. Well, Team Fish Taco on the lighter end of that one. Still, it shows the potential that Supernova have had. And now to have it come together like that, like they had a click in that DSG game, already really good for Supernova. As we take a look at the bans, jungle focused for DSG. Kindred and Maokai not going to see the map. Also going to take away Ziggs from Sketch.
Yeah, and I mean, good ban on the Maokai, removing that combo there from Music and Rami Bob. That Nature's Grasp was smothering for DSG to deal with, especially with how far behind they were falling. So last ban coming through for Supernova. They could look to take away the Kaisa, as that's been a big first pick priority there for DSG and a lot of other teams as well, and force a disguise onto something a little different.
Yeah, like I really didn't hate DSG's comp. I just felt like Quacker getting the best of that top side, and with the way things unfolded, not being able to take down Sketch, played heavily into the results of that last one. So I'm curious if that was a missed ban or not.
Yeah, me too.
Tristana was left on the table, so DSG just take it outright.
That ends up being a pretty nice pickup there. I'm really curious too, because Nico is still up and available. It's something Tomio actually just picked up in the jungle. We could still see Meech take the Tristana. So I'm wondering if that's the route we see DSG go later on into the draft. But Trist, kind of broken. Really strong, good flex pick. Nice.
Very strong, and it's also nice to have on DSG side because you're disallowing it from Supernova. And it was one of those champions in Sketch's past that he was really, really capable on.
That's true.
Does leave up the Kaisa. Supernova grabbed that.
Right, and that one's a pretty nice one as well. Another flex into their pockets, and just another engaged jungler coming through here for Music. Sedge, another one that we've seen him play a lot of, and you have a lot of options to play early, middle, and late. We are getting confirmation rather. Supernova did indeed miss a ban, which is honestly pretty tragic.
It happens sometimes. You do have the situation like with Cincinnati Fear. It wasn't a missed ban, it was a missed pick.
Oh man, that always makes me sad.
I talked to Shochi about that, and he was just like, it was Minui saying way too many champions at once, and Perry just going, yeah, what? So I wouldn't be surprised if that was the issue right here, just people shouting out what's a ban, and or Quacker. Quack?
Ha! Oh, wow. So it's actually going to be the Rumble right away. So that one is interesting. We've been seeing that one banned a lot first rotation when you know another team is going to play it. And that actually limits what Quacker's going to be able to play. Last game on 3, it was the Renekton. This time around, don't do it. Don't do it. We're 7 seconds out. That matchup is so dog. Okay. Jace is good. Pick that.
We held our breath, but it is okay. But it gives a lot of poke now for Supernova. Both the missiles, if you go the AP build, Shock Blast naturally. And of course, Sejuani is just Sejuani. She'll always be there to engage or disengage if you need it. So already we're getting an idea of what Supernova want to go for.
Right, and I'm actually curious. This would be one of those situations where I'm not too surprised if we see Jace actually go for Quacker in the top side. It's outside of what we usually see from him, but into the Rumble, having that range advantage could be really good for Quacker and Supernova to continue playing for Rift Heralds like we see them do all summer split long. As for the rest of the comp, I mean, you have a lot of poke regardless of where the Jace goes, and now you have a decision to make there. What are you going to pick on 4? Are you going to pick a support just to keep the details of your draft kind of secretive from DSG, or are you going to go a different route?
See, they still got a few seconds as the Aphelios has already been bound away, so has the Renekton. I do want to put attention over to the Rumble. It was a pick that Wildcard, specifically Zamudo, brought to the NACL, and my word, he looks so beastly on it. And a lot of this comes from the setup you can do around ramps and neutral objectives, where you force bad situations where they either have to walk over the equalizer or they just can't get past it in the first place. So Rumble can be a big impact in a lot of the skirmishes you have on neutrals.
Right, and DSG banning away the Renekton, which I find very interesting. That would be a good matchup for Fake God, but they just want to remove some of these strong picks that these players are used to playing. Renekton has been big for Quacker. The Rakan is also a huge one for Trevor. So now we got to see him go if he wants to go the engage route. Something like the Alistar coming through here has been the common answer to Rel.
The thing is, if you do take Alistar, it does give a position where Young can take Silas. And he would take that on a dime. So Supernova instead, they feel way more content taking the Knot.
Yeah, now we're going to see what DSG's composition is going to look like.
Come on.
Okay,
Come on.
So it could be, we could actually see the 4-5, the
Yes.
Braum, the Braum, Kog'Maw coming through here. Actually, a really strong 2v2 on the bot side. We've seen it pop up in other regions of Tier 1 Pro play, and it does mean that Tomio is going to be popping the Rel into the jungle, and the Tristana, unsurprisingly, going mid lane for Young. DSG's comp, you got a lot of scaling, a lot of engage and both disengage coming through here. So it's a really nice, well-rounded comp on their side. Supernova now are the ones who, the Rise Hover does tell me I was right. So it is going to be Quacker playing the Jace in the top side. So It is a lot of poke because you still have that option to go a mostly AP build or Sketch, but you also have a lot of damage here in these solo laners. You guys can't fool me. I know it's not Rise top.
See when that lock-in comes through, but yeah, I do agree with you. I expect the Rise to be in the mid lane. I'm pretty hyped up on Meech being on the Kog'Maw. Last time we saw it, it was against Team Fish Taco, where he went on a 14.0 KDA. It was in our clips. It was one of the games I was watching when I was fishing for clips. He basically just got to freely walk up and bleh, bleh, all over them.
Hey,
They haven't changed.
They haven't changed, and I'm pretty sure it's too late. So we have a Rise top, guys.
It is Rise top, yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. So, yeah, I don't know. That's wow. Have you ever seen a Rise top, Eric?
In the old days.
Oh, okay, you know what? You're a league
come on,
boomer.
dude.
I shouldn't have asked you that.
Like 3 seasons ago, bro. Come on.
Who? You?
Yeah, me.
You've been
The
playing
best
since...
Rise top in the world. We're both bald.
No, but I'm
My
saying
spirit animal.
You've been playing more than 3 seasons. You can't lie.
Oh yeah. Playing since season 1.
There you go. I was gonna say, there's no way you're lying to my face, to these kind people watching.
No,
the podcast.
I was saying the last time we've seen a Rise top has been like 3 seasons ago. And I'm 3 seasons old.
30 seconds until minions.
I'm just old.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I could have told you that. All right. Well, anyways, we talked about what DSG's comp is going to do. The Supernova's comp is very interesting. You still have that range into melee that we were talking about earlier when I was expecting it to be the Jace top side.
Yeah.
The reason I like Rise better in the mid lane is just because you have that Realm Warp, you have the option to play to both side lanes. Quacker will only have that opportunity to really do so in the mid lane, but it's still a big team fighting tool. He'll have late game, he's going to scale really well, and this is going to be interesting for a couple reasons. One, this is an unorthodox pick, and two, this is like some crazy deep cut pocket pick that I could have never predicted. Quacker is that kind of player as long as I've watched him these last couple years. Melee fighters, even seeing Jace would have been a little weird for me from him, but he's playing Rise.
The last time we talked to Quacker, he was saying melee fighters with Ghost. Those are his bread and butter.
And he's such a Chad.
Yeah, if he could just play Darius, if he could just play Olaf, press Ghost, and run at you at full speed, 90 miles per hour, that's the Quacker we know. This, as you said, it's a deep cut. I've been looking through his history while you've been talking, and I see 0 Rise play. This is something relatively new for him.
Yeah. It is very interesting. I will say, also worth noting too, usually when you see the Kog'Maw Braum bot side, it's the longsword into, or rather not longsword, dagger into 4 pots, so you can quickly stack the passive there on the concussive blows. Looking like Meech and Zazal aren't going that route, so you will have a little less lane pressure that you would normally get out of this composition. When it comes to late game, I mean, you're still going to do tremendous amounts of damage.
Reminder, if you are hyped up by some of these picks, some of these players, be sure to subscribe to our Twitch channel, both LCS_Challengers, as well as Path to LCS. 50% of the revenue goes to the team, so you'll be supporting the players in the process. You also get some dope emotes on top of it.
Yeah, what else do you want? Emotes, supporting the players.
Both
in
of us as
Tier
an
2 of North America. We have emotes too. That's on the Path to LCS side. That mic drop you're seeing there, it's from this stream, LCS_Challenger. I mean, what else do you want? Eric, what more can we give these people?
You know what? I'm going to say it right now. Supernova, if you guys 2-0, I will donate 10 subs.
Low key, I will too.
Yeah.
Done. It's on the record.
I want to see it. I want to see it. This is a team that's been struggling all season. Again, they only had 10 wins coming into this. The other 20 games being losses. It'd be significantly huge for them. So let's see if Supernova can actually pull off the upset they've been looking for to give them that survival in the race to playoffs.
Right, one thing I want to talk about too, I may need to hold that thought. Quacker is pushing a very big wave, and you can see it. Music has made his way topside. Quacker getting some kills on a scaling pick like Rise would do wonders for Supernova's late game. We talked about DSG's late game's really good, but Supernova's is also nice. You have the Jace, you have the Kaisa, but you also have Rise, who is like machine gun style mage. That's going to be doing insane amounts of DPS.
Biggest worry is going to be for Supernova, looking at what DSG have. If a Triss gets going, it's hard to stop her. If you leave her alone with the tower, it's hard to stop her.
Yeah.
If DSG want to pull a team fight, it's also hard to stop them from getting their initiation going. Because even if you run out of range of them, Equalizer will drop behind you and force you into bad positions. Something Supernova will have to keep a very close track on, because I feel like kills going over to DSG have a really, really more immediate impact on the game state, more so than Supernova's.
Very true. That's why DSG do feel a little bit of that pressure. As you can see, Quacker is pressuring Fake God really well. Once again here, after an incredible 1v1 performance in the first game of the series, 2 solo kills on the Renekton into the Cassante. And he's fine. And now he's getting pushed as the Rise on the top side of the map. We're seeing DSG go for some of these invades because of the prio they have bought, because of how much pressure they have from mid Trist, and they're just going to force Music out of his jungle. These little things are going to be really important to you as DSG so that you can get the ball rolling this game.
Scrap coming in the mid lane. Like to see this game played out a little bit more on the slow side. And it's also the first game I get to cast with the Rel jungle. I've been missing out on a lot of the support jungles that have been getting picked up. I haven't been able to cast them yet.
That's interesting. You're seeing a lot less action than usual with that kind of pickup. Like Tomio, he's farming a lot faster than Music actually. He's got a big lead going into his favor. And Tomio's getting closer and closer to that level 6. With the Magnet Storm coming through, fighting for neutrals, going for dives, responding to dives, all work out really well. Oh, Young, you can't be here.
Oh, yeah. And he postures on the wrong side. Oh, Music!
Oh, Music!
Almost caught him mid-air. Great rocket jump from Young. He will survive.
No, that is a big misplay. Music wants to donate the kill, but this is a Tristana with Flash W. You just take the kill. Get Young off the map, and you get punished really hard for not doing so. It even cost Music his flash as well, and he really doesn't have anything to show for it.
That's rough right there, because Young teleport right back to lane.
Yeah.
Back to laning, no problems. Nothing ever happened. At the same time, you do get the recall coming out from Robbie Bob to match. It gives Tomio a window to just go right after that Drake. Strong priority in the bottom lane. First strike into DSG.
Yeah, stacking towards that soul. Going to do you really nicely on Disguise side, as it will give Music an opportunity to steal away some of these topside camps, make up for the deficit that he has found himself in against this realm. He's caught up in levels, even though he's down a couple of camps, and you just see him pinging back to his camps. He needs to farm, spend this next minute getting as much experience as he can, because if Supernova want that Herald, like they so often do, you need the Sejuani to hit level 6.
I'm very curious how this top side is going to play out. You know, we talked about it quite a bit already, but it's just... It puts a different situation for Supernova, where we're used to Quacker being in the face. at a lot of these early stages. Now he's going to be on a mage. Now he's going to have more range. It's not the ghost melees that we're used to.
Right.
I'm just wondering how that impacts the way Supernova interact each other, at least in communication.
Right, so again, that range advantage is going to do really well for Quacker. We talk about the 1v1. He's had pressure on Fake God the entire time. You can see the health advantage he sports. It was there before the refillable potion was in his inventory, and that's going to continue being the case there, Eric. And that Realm Warp is still going to be a huge team fighting tool. He still offers a lot of late game damage on a champ like this, and that's really what Supernova are looking for.
That right there is exactly what I'm wondering about. It's the Realm Warp, because Quacker, again, individual player, outstanding. Team player, still trying to work on that.
Yeah, he said it himself in that recent interview just a couple weeks ago, and this is that opportunity for him to show that development. When we saw him in 2021, he was a player who, you know, analysts, coaches, pundits in the Tier 3 scene all said Quacker, when he played for Wildcard Black, was the most improved player in the scene. And it was true. Everyone unanimously agreed. The way he just continues to improve when he's playing for a long time is why we were excited to see him come back to competitive in the first place. And it's why this new look on a champ like Rise is pretty exciting.
Incredibly exciting. And to come into his rookie split and pull out some of the numbers he has, like most often than not, he tends to get a gold lead, and it's not even really through laning, it's from the fact that he likes to fight. That is the identity of Quacker. Let's throw down. These hands are rated E for everyone, and he starts swinging. And now it does look like Supernova want to take a swing right now as DSG doing the Rift Herald. Engage coming out from Tomio, followed by the Equalizer. It's burning down. Is it enough? As the Flamethrower comes through. First Blood, 1-for-1 trade. Music a little bit too low. Young will rocket jump right onto him. Can't get the reset in time, or will he? Young gets one more for the road, and Quacker burns down.
Wow, and that was with Quacker being so late to this skirmish there, Eric. DSG, they're the ones who win it out. And we take another look at this one. Quacker is zoned. He's low on mana, and I think that's why we don't see, or rather we see him still use the Realm Warp, which is a little surprising. He wants to get this good position. Everyone is grouped up, which is so good for a champ like Rise, but he just wasn't able to get it all out yet. He still doesn't have the cooldowns, and you said it. Once Triss starts going, she is so hard to stop.
Quacker tried to escape, probably would have been better off saving his flash right there, but nonetheless, still made an impact into that game, into that fight. That being said, though, it's DSG who will come out ahead, and they got gold both on Fake God and Young.
Doesn't really get much better than that, and Meech, honestly, in the grand scheme of things, he isn't too far behind members of Supernova either, and DSG also grab this second Rift Herald. Everyone had to go back to base, either forcefully or with recalls before it could happen. DSG have earned themselves that priority. You can see the gold grab and how back and forth this early game has been swinging. It's not so bad for Supernova that they lost this, even though it's a big prio for them. Remember, this is in game 1. They have a comp. Scales very well into the late game, so it's okay if they fall a little behind. It's about whether or not DSG can truly snowball this Rift Herald.
The need to be spotting where DSG want to put down this Rift Herald. You could always accelerate a Kog'Maw even more. Get that pupper going at max speed with those slobbers onto poor Sketch right there. With that, I am looking at the focus of where DSG are trying to put their attention for the time being, because we do have a dragon that's spawning. The pathing of Tomio will put him into that direction, and you can already see bottom lane of DSG headed in that way as well.
And I just want to point out, the music, he's been behind in farm pretty much this entire game, and it just shows like how much he is committing to hovering for lane ganks, making sure people's waves get in, or trying to actually force a play onto somebody. And it's paid off in some ways, and in other ways it hasn't, just because of the deficit that he finds himself in. He's still going for something like the Sunfire. It does mean that if he falls further behind, Sejuani not going to be as tanky as you are hoping for. You got to keep an eye on music. Hopefully, for his sake, Supernova get the kills going so he can get gold that way.
Definitely going to need it. Kraken Slayer is already finished for Young. Fake God's pretty strong as well. I mean, Fake God had a lot of talks about, but Young is that player who this season turned down an opportunity to be a sub over on the Golden Guardians roster. Said, I rather play the game. I don't want to sit on a bench I want to improve and I want to show my stuff. And right now, chance to show that 2-1-2 on this Tristana. Young so far, having a good early game for DSG.
Right, and 2 kills and 2 assists on a champ like Trist. Feels really good for Disguise side. And I like this one though. We talked about it. Quacker playing a scaling mage in the top lane, so any extra gold you get him will be wonderful.
Ooh, a nice hook coming out from Trevor, trying to take down Fake God, but the damage not there.
Hello.
Let's call in the cavalry. Shut down, picked up by Sketch.
Wow, that's honestly for Fake God, that's about as good as you could hope for. 3 people commit to you, ultimates and everything, and you go 1 for 1. That's a bit of a misplay there from Supernova. You see Quacker taking 1 too many tower shots, so you end up making the dive not as valuable.
And yeah, here comes Young. It's Tristana, with plate still available. Actually, can't cash on one yet, thanks to the pressure of Robbie, Bob, and Music. Not too far off from getting onto it. That does force Robbie down into that bottom lane. Wait for Sketch to finish pushing in down there. Harold going to get summoned by Tomio. DSG not going to let up on the pressure bot side.
Yeah, this one is tough. You can see DSG, they've rotated Fake God to the mid lane. They have 4 members on this bottom side. They want to make sure they get this first brick, and they're going to make sure Supernova have to back away. So that's a nice injection of gold here into Disguise pockets. And this pressure, even though, I mean, this Herald is not going to be able to actually get the charge, but getting this wave in means they're going to have time to... Wow.
Tomio, for a second there, looking to try and pick up Trevor. And this is where things start to get scary, man. That's, he hasn't bought his first item yet for Meech. So once we get to that point, which is probably coming very, very soon, considering a tower already went down, that was first brick that Meech was a part of, Skogma's going to start getting faster and slobberier. There we go. That's the word.
That's a good word. I like that one. And I also like for Meech that he's gotten the Rage Blade coming through here on top of some extra daggers. So there it is. He's starting to get to a dangerous point there. Young is building towards item number 2, and it's always an easy thing to keep an eye on, especially when you are watching comps with double marksmen, like the one that Disguised have gotten for themselves. Maybe you look for Supernova, you're waiting for 2 items for Sketch, you're waiting for 2 for Robbie, and you're actually waiting for not only the Seraphs for Quacker, but of course, he has the Rod of Ages. So another 5 minutes or until that one is fully stacked, and he has the Seraphs. That's when you'll actually see this Rise come online, start to do damage.
Here we go. Attack coming out as Trevor brings in the hook. He's able to land it onto Zazel, but that's a Braum right there. Puts up the unbreakable. He can't get through.
That's the beauty of this champion. Kind of hard to isolate, especially when there's a wave or a teammate that he can jump to with that W. So a couple ults used, back and forth, but nothing is really going to come of it. Right now, Supernova, you may have your eyes set on that 3rd Drake. It is the Chemtech Soul that DSG are playing for, which in itself is a little unfortunate, but a buff is a buff. And I imagine Supernova are going to be wanting to clear out vision on that bottom side to try and deny that Soul.
DSG piling up onto the top side. Robbie Bob might not know there's a lot of attention his way. Does summon over Trevor. The rest of Supernova ended up here for protection. DSG, they eyeball the play, but Supernova quick to counteract.
And I like this focus from DSG. There's still a minute before the Drake. They have all this vision set up topside, and they're hovering Young. They did it on the bot turret. They're doing it on this top one to make sure Young can get off the demolish and do what Triss does, demolish turrets. I like it. He's waiting for the minions to go as well.
Oh, poor Robbie.
Feels bad.
And that's more economy, even more. The first brick was already picked up by Young earlier in the bottom lane, but able to stay solo for that turret, the top side. I do want to take a look at the economy quite soon, though, to see just how far ahead Young is getting with all these towers that he's taking. Because this next reset should be pretty juicy for him.
Very likely. He's picked up a lot of gold right there. And yeah, you see it. EF sword. A nice extra 40 AD into his pocket. And you can see it. Young. Most gold in the game. The big damage dealers of Disguise are the ones standing at the top of the charts. And that's what you like to see if you're Disguise trying to make a comeback in this series after that unexpected loss in Game 1. 3K is a nice chunk of change, Eric. But it isn't everything. Disguise, we're in the hole for the same amount in game 1, and we're able to get some good looks on Supernova in the first game today. So Supernova have ways to get back into this one, especially with Sketch hitting item number 2.
Chem Tech Dragon is now available. It is going to be a chem map. As Shock Blast goes through, lands on the Meech. It's DSG who are trying to posture in this direction. A little bit more tricky. Fake God does have teleport. Will take a recall to try and get one more final purchase in before they commit to this fight. Able to get that needless, so big bump of ability power now picked up. DSG will force their way into the river.
Oh, wow, remember.
Quacker, no.
Oh!
By himself, looking for the Magnet Storm onto Quacker. They'll chase him through the rest of Supernova, trying to cut it out. And DSG, they commit to the play and they take down the Quack.
I take it back. There was no response for Supernova. They could take their time and jump the Bald Mage in the top side on Quacker. That gives you all the priority you could possibly need. That should be a soul point coming through here for Disguise. But you can see it. Sketch is tossing out Poke. But Supernova sights are surely set on the mid-tier 1.
This DSG still posturing in the area. Give this up. This is not going your way.
Yeah.
DSG, they take this. Not much of an issue. One more Dragon away from getting that Dragon Soul. They grab the mid lane, Supernova do, to try and get something back. It will open up the rift for more vision, but it definitely feels like a consolation prize.
Yeah, they might open up an opportunity to take this top tier 1 as well. You can see the prio that Supernova have. They're invading, taking camps, giving Robbie all the cover he needs to get another bit of turret gold into his pocket. So that's something to kind of ease the sting of everything you lost on Supernova's side. Oh, Sketch.
Sketch.
I kind of respect it.
He didn't have much mana to work with to attempt that, but still got everything off. Even throws up the white flag emoji. Like, never mind, bro, never mind. It was just a prank.
I'm sorry.
It was a prank.
I'm sorry. I was just kidding. He makes it out. He doesn't have to flash. He doesn't have to cleanse. He gets his back delayed, but whatever. Actually, with Fake God showing up, with Tomio showing up, delaying the back like they did, actually does give PSG the time to take this mid-tier 1 turret. They have Herald. Music! Hey, whoa, Music, what are you doing, bro?
Music, what you doing? This is,
I don't like
on your
that.
side of the map at the moment.
No.
With the Rift Herald coming down, the crash. No, Hook comes out, able to land on Azazel, but yeah, Supernova, I mean, you're 2k behind. It's not the biggest thing, but it's also not a position to fight right now.
It's definitely not. And you're spending a lot of time here, which is all well and good, but this mid turret is dead. So they're just kind of delaying the inevitable on the side of Supernova, and spending this time here does mean that there are waves dropping bot side. Gold and experience you could be picking up on the side of Supernova. Gold and experience you desperately need, considering how this early game has gone, but they're just letting it go for now.
I love this from Supernova, though. They're utilizing the fact they have a lead, that they have control of the map, and pushing it into the jungle of Supernova. This is going to deny resources from Music, make them even more paper walking into the team comp of DSG. And then immediately after, they rotate back to mid.
Oh my god!
Oh, that combo! It is absolutely disgusting! And it's a barbecue, all sponsored by DSG as they run the flamethrower onto Quacker, and he will fall for a double kill to the hands of Meech!
Oh, Eric, what did I tell you? That mid-tier 1 was dead. Supernova just wouldn't accept it, and it cost them 2 deaths on top of the turret going down as well. You can see it. They really didn't want to let this go, but it took, what, 2 autos? And this turret was out of the picture anyway, and all the damage was there. Zazel stopwatched and flashed and was able to walk it out. DSG are very well in control of this game, and it just gets harder and harder for SN's side, scaling tools or not.
2k lead, now a 4k lead after that last fight. Yeah, and this is why Supernova don't want to take a lot of these. It was a brilliant angle to come out for DSG to set that up. But those equalizers, man, when you're fighting in lane, it's hard to misplace an equalizer unless you're like shoving it into a wall or something.
Yeah.
It's so dangerous to fight into DSG.
It is hard, and that's an ultimate that's constantly been the thorn in Supernova's side all game, and it's going to continue to do so. There's something they need to continuously be aware of. As now DSG, they have all the prio, they have all the space they need to set up vision around this Baron. And honestly, I'd like to see them not even go for the Dragon Soul. That is something Supernova are the ones who are pressured to deny. It doesn't actually matter right now if DSG get that one. Baron, on the other hand, looking very scrumptious. significant, very useful and powerful. That's what they need to focus on.
Yeah, and you know, they brought the Flames to go ahead and cook that mill beatdown. As clearing out the bottom wave for now to keep that pressure going. Ooh, DSG starting it up right away. And you still have the sideline push coming out from Fake God. This is a nice thing about having this Kai'Sa, though. You can use those missiles to check it from a long range. But no one is in position from Supernova to contest this. Still respect given over to the squad. They don't want to flip the Baron. They rather just take the fight. Glacial Fisher goes out. Hook found by Trevor. Flash forward from Tomio. Magnet Storm. Equalizer is burning them, baby! Look at Young go. Posturing back. Going on to music. Autos ring true. One more auto to make the pop. There's the reset. And here comes Young. Raining those cannonballs in. Double kill. Triple kill. DSG Young shows up.
And DSG, they got what they wanted. They wanted the teleport, and they were willing to walk it away. But Supernova, they wouldn't let it go, Eric, and it's cost them everything. More gold, and now it's cost them the Baron.
DSG recovering from that game one, saying it's a fluke. Watch this. Even with the missed ultimate, DSG are just too far ahead, B.
They are. They have so much gold, and again, fighting in these tight corridors, where it's easy for Fake God to find high-value equalizers, just means you're dead before the fight even starts. These low health bars on DSG side, they're formalities, Eric. It doesn't matter.
Great kills. Reset City or Young. That's the beauty of that Tristana right there. You get one and so many more are gonna come right after. And Young now in the driver's seat with the Turo Baron buff over to DSG and the Dragon available. While there's no other neutral objective to bait around, they might as well just take it.
Yeah, now it's fine. I mean, even still, they have the Turo Baron buff in their hands. Pressuring these turrets is definitely better. We see teams do that. We saw Evil Geniuses do that earlier in the day. But it's an easy soul for them to grab, and they're going to go ahead and grab it. They still have time on the buff. They still have the opportunity to knock down these tier 2 structures, and they're just going to keep on stacking the paper, man. And oh, hold on.
Oh, here we go. Sketch hops in. Equalizer goes down. Doesn't get too much away from Sketch, but forcing Fake God to burn his flash to get away. A good engage, but it doesn't really amount to a kill, and you still have pressure from DSG bottom side.
Oh,
are you kidding me?
Tomio has a look.
Tomio hops over. He wants to do some Sketch. And Sketch doesn't have flash. He will burn to the flamethrower of Fake God. Even though you try and chill him out with the permafrost. Trying to get one back. Fake God gets a big amount of damage through. It's a successful play from Supernova, but look at their base beatdown.
These are 2 80 carries with Zazel on the Braum. They have the Turo Baron buff. They can just end the game. They need to back on Supernova's side.
Oh god. Nexus Tower, number 1 gonna fall. A simple hop from Young gets him over to safety. Supernova committing to these plays, but they're just kills in comparison to the structures, the base damage that DSG is doing.
Their base is broken wide open, and it's really funny. I want to take a moment just to talk about DSG, a team where this has kind of been the story for them all split long, splitting series with almost teams of every level in the standings, realistically. And we thought they were sort of past it with how they've been playing these last 2 weeks, Eric, but we're just seeing their old roots come through here as they lost game 1 to Supernova, who we got to admit played well, but they are well on the path to splitting the series here and taking this win in game 2. That inconsistency still there, but it's good to see that DSG, a team we had high hopes for to be at the top of the standings, can still show us these top of the standings performances.
When they look good, they look damn good, beatdown. I mean, we've highlighted Young a lot. Went back over to Fake God. No, Young might be the younger talent, Fake God more experienced. Didn't have his best time on Dignitas before dropping off from that roster. A lot of time with Cloud9 Challengers, and now he's trying to find that revitalization beatdown that we've had other players such as Insanity, such as Dokla, find within the Tier 2 system. And Fake God is doing it, and oh, they're bringing a lot more. As the Equalizer comes down and gives Sketch a piece of what Fake God can bring.
And even though they don't die, they just get that pressure, and all Sketch can do is just keep on poking with the Void Seekers. When he doesn't have a lot of AP, it doesn't hurt that much.
Nice knock-up, puts sweat onto the brow of music. Hazel runs low, missile gonna land, teleport forced out from Quacker, who's already in the base, but feels that much pressure from DSG. Will Supernova go for the Realm Warp? They can poke out more. Robbie, Bob, and Sketch can do a lot here with their Shock Blast, as well as the missiles. It's chipping away, but not getting Supernova into the spot where they feel comfortable to go for an engage.
Yeah, remember, not a lot of AP. Those Void Seekers, they don't do that much for Sketch, even though he keeps spamming them. And there's really no opportunity there for Supernova. And Trevor is delaying these backs, no longer having the empowered recalls, but I mean, he's still got 2 marks. The wave clear is insane, and Supernova, you're not going to be able to touch that turret. You still have supers that you have to worry about on the bottom side, and it's going to make it harder because Elder is up in 2 minutes. The inhibitor will respawn around that time, but you still have lost so much pressure as a result.
Yeah, but what comes before that is Baron in at 20 before that spawns. Inhibitor will still be down. So what Supernova need to do right now is shove in this wave as far as they can within that last minute so they can actually have some sort of presence and not just forfeit it to DSG.
Yeah, at this point, I'm imagining Robbie Bob and Whacker have to switch if they want any hope of fighting this Baron, just because Robbie Bob is the one with the teleport. And with that in mind too, there's a world where Supernova just go ahead and give this one up. Maybe they don't feel confident in their ability to team fight. We're seeing 2-ish items on everyone on the side of Supernova. But if you look at DSG, the marksmen are at 3 items. Fate God is at 3 items. And I mean, that's it. Who cares? The rest doesn't even matter.
It looks scary. That's it. DSG, lot of item, lot of damage. And Supernova can't really do too much about this situation. You're looking at any way for them to come back, and it pretty much just involves poking DSG into a bad spot. DSG aren't going to give you that much of a situation. They will force engages so fast because they have the composition that works exactly for that. You start stepping towards that Baron, Equalizer is down and your day is ruined. Might be the same for Sketch. Almost getting stunned up. Glacial Fisher will get a knock on the Sketch as the hook from Trevor pulls Azel right back in. Meech falls almost to about half health. That next missile will set him to half health. Now you're still getting that poke damage coming through. Tomio getting blocked away. Hook comes in. There's the Equalizer, and Sketch can't do anything. He can't get damage in. He has to flash out from the Equalizer just to get away. And DSG will not give you the time of day. They'll rip through 2, find resets, looking for Robbie Bob. Zazel Tomio lead the charge. They're consent with towers.
And they need to keep taking them down. DSG, they could end the game right now, Eric. You have 2 crucial members out of the picture. They're spamming thumbs up. They're blowing flashes because it's time to put a close to our second series, it looks like.
Oh, maybe not just yet.
Wow, that's
maybe
surprising.
we got to go on a little victory lap beat down. 10 seconds before Elder Drake comes out. Why not? Why not put that stat up?
I mean, this is a little dangerous. I really think DSG had the opportunity to just end the game right then and there, because there's going to be a bit of an awkward timer. You have to decide right now as DSG, are you going to back? Because you backed off because of your low health bars, but you also have to worry about the fact that Supernova, they've spent their gold. Whacker is spawning with the teleport. There's an opening.
Okay.
Music can steal this.
Ogvor is completely against Supernova right now. Music can't even get in. Each is going to pill off. Elder Drake reset. Hook comes through. Lands on the support. Here comes the Equalizer once again.
Oh my
Fake God is an absolute monster with these Equalizers. A double kill found. Clean up the map. Disguise claim 4.
It took 30 minutes. It took a 10k gold lead, but Disguise will tie the series up even with Supernova miraculously winning out that game 1, improving their playoff hopes. Disguise saying no more.
It's a run Disguised are happy to make as they shape up in game number 2. Might have been a breath of life for Supernova fans, but Disguised are here. They're playoffs bound, and they'll take game number 2.
And while we want to talk about teams who are trying to fight for that top 2 standing, they've been splitting on the day. Wildcard, we saw split in our first series, and now we're seeing DSG do the same. So we may have a tie in that top end of the bracket going for the rest of the day here.
Are you telling me that Taku is going to split with TLC? With the trends we have coming in right now.
Okay. No, I said the teams in second place. TLC is on their own. Yeah.
Yo, look at that damage that Fake God was able to break in. That is the power of the equalizer. Well placed. That last one that I saw around the mid lane team fight, if you watch Sketch, he looked like he didn't know what to do. He was cornered by that equalizer and was forced to flash over it. That's some great stuff from Fake God.
It is incredible turnaround considering how game 1 went for him, and an incredible champion. Broken. Rumble's so good, guys. Pick it or ban it. Please.
I echo the sentiment completely.
Yeah.
Mudo showed us it. Now we got another showing from Fake God. We're going to take a moment to throw it over to short break. When we return, we'll have an interview with one of the members of the Sky. It's going to be Tomio and Ravish on the other side.
Welcome on back, homies, to the Verizon post-game interview. I'm here with the GOAT, Tomio. What's poppin' with you, man?
What's up? I mean, I'm chilling.
You chilling?
Got the good vibes.
That's what we like to hear.
You know.
Game 2 was yours. Game 1's a little bit tougher. Now, look, we've been talking about it before in the break. What is this Maokai conspiracy that you guys just can't get past, bro? Talk to me about it.
I mean, I'm not sure, but Makai is like for sure a strong champ. Its win rate's pretty good. I think it's like in all regions, it's like at least 55% or a little bit higher. At least when last time I checked, I think it's like it'll make strong teams look a lot stronger. I feel.
Sure.
Because once you get like past like once you get your first item, things start getting easier for him, and like you just throw saplings and you just AFK and it gets hard. The longer the game goes for enemy team, and it's hard to break it, I'd say.
Yeah, dude. Maokai is very, very good. I do miss him a bit in top lane, but that's okay. I'm glad that he's settled into his role in the jungle, though. But I want to talk a bit more, not only about the champ, but about y'all, right? Because I find DSG at this point, you guys are almost second place. You're right now tied with Wildcard as well. But one thing that's taking place a lot too is I find your quest for improvement on Disguised by yourself as a player and you guys as a core. So lead me through that, especially now leading into playoffs next week.
Yeah, I mean, I think individually everybody's getting a lot better, and the main thing we're all getting better is playing as a team through the mid to late game.
Yeah.
And knowing where everybody needs to be on the map, or what we're playing for, or our goal / objective, and we've been working on it during practice. And for myself, I'd say at least last week, I don't think I played that well, and I've been trying to play better and looking to improve. So the next games and coming into playoffs, be stronger and have a better feel.
Makes perfect sense, right? It's all about improvement here, which is what we absolutely love to hear. And going into a bit more as well, is that I've seen throughout your games, your play style as well too, like whether it be on the Nocturne or on the Rel this time, right? That facilitation role. It seems like you guys just love being in the clump of it all too. You find that the role you've taken up now on the team, you're comfortable with, you're okay with, like letting the team shine out towards you, or do you still want to be the carry sometimes? Do you think?
I mean, I'd say it depends on the meta for sure, but you can for sure play carry junglers / supportive junglers, but I think I could lean into both, and I think the supportive role is for sure where I think most champs have say they fall into that category more, like Maokai, the Rel, Sejuani, or just engage. You just start something for your team or cover defending. But I think the carry champs like Kindred and like Kha'Zix, Diego, they play more of like they want to play more of a greedier style, and like you want to get themselves strong, or they're not that useful later if they're not that strong.
Yeah, they're evidently not. But hey, like you said, you've shown two styles, and you were more than down to facilitate for your team, which is what's up. But one things that I'm down for personally, and I know you are too, is the new Jetta K-pop as well. Look, man, Yo, look, I saw you rocking the Le Seraphim. Look, I'm a fan as well. Yo,
Yeah.
who's your bias, bro? Because look, I'll tell you right now, I got Sakura personally.
Yeah. Sakura. I mean, my bias is probably Jaewon,
Okay.
but that's what I mean. At the start, used to be Leon,
Yeah.
Toys, but she's still up there. But
Mhm.
I've been liking their music recently from Le
Yeah.
Seraphim.
Dude, fair enough. I'm also
They're
Twice
pretty
stan too. I'm big for it too. I'm also a huge fan of Geo as well. So yo, I get you, bro. I get you, fam. Okay. Now for anybody out there who probably wants to, get into Le Seraphim, what song of theirs do you think they should listen to real quick?
I mean, I think one song's probably it's called Anti-Fragile. It's probably like
Is good.
one of the greatest ones. I mean, their side songs are pretty good too. Their albums. If you're a side song person, they're actually it's actually pretty good.
Yeah, I agree.
It's pretty
They're
solid.
incredible.
You would think it was like main songs, but listening to them.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. But you've been incredible as well, Tomio. Thank you for joining us, homie. Really good stuff today. Can't wait to see a lot more coming out of you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Have a good day.
Take
Thank
care.
you for interviewing.
Thank you, Tomio. Bye-bye. And we'll see you all after the break as well. I hope you're excited because we have another fantastic series coming on up. TLC versus TFT. Our top seeds versus someone who has not been doing too great. Taco! Let's see what you all got. We'll see you after this break.
The LCS Challengers League is brought to you by Turo, the world's largest car sharing marketplace. Find your drive.